Residents have been living under lockdown for the past 3 weeks. But experts are hoping the tight restrictions would help bring down the COVID-19 infections and stop the spread of the new variant. One of our kababayans is at the front lines of the UK COVID-19 fight, even getting recognized for her work. Let's hear more now from Charito Romano, a staff nurse at Arbrook House Care Home, joining us live right now from Surrey, England. Nurse Charito, thank you so much for joining us on The Final Word.
Hello po. Thank you, Rico, for asking me to join you. Good evening po sa Philippines.
So, Nurse Charito, how challenging has it been for COVID-19, which is basically now spreading across the UK, for you and your fellow healthcare workers in the UK?
It's really saddening and it's really exhausting. At the moment po, lockdown ang UK. We are doing a lot of testing, swabbing. In our home alone, we are doing LFT test every day. We are doing PCR test weekly for the staff and for the resident, just to ensure that we are virus-free in our care home. And at the moment po, lockdown ng UK. And ang mga bata po, homeschooling. So only the essential store are open. As you can see, sa amin pong home, medyo hindi mabigat, hindi po kagaya sa ospital na they are really overwhelmed. And yun po, syempre, nakakatakot din at saka, but you need to go on. You need to come to work and you need to be brave and life must go on.
And alam niyo po, Nurse Charito, you are a COVID-19 survivor yourself, but you were asymptomatic. What did you feel going through this process, the quarantine period, a lot of the uncertainty?
Nakakatakot po nung na-test positive ako kasi syempre yung napapanood mo sa TV, you will get unwell, you will be severely affected. So, nung na-test po akong positive, syempre natatakot ako, naghihintay ako kung kailan a-appear yung mga symptoms. Pero I was very fortunate that throughout my 14 days isolation, wala naman pong naging severe symptoms. So, the 14 days lockdown, it is a mental torture to my children kasi they cannot understand, are we going to have the severe symptom that we are watching in the news? But we are lucky. I explained to them, look, I am tested positive, but we don't have that severe symptoms that you can see in the TV. So it's mental torture, but we're fortunate that we are not physically unwell. The 14 days finish and we go back to work and they go back to school.
And of course, now, Nurse Charito, you've already been immunized with those 2 doses of the Pfizer vaccine. How did it feel? Any side effects? Would you recommend that your kababayans here in the Philippines be immunized? Kasi marami pong takot dito sa Pilipinas na magpaturok sa bakuna.
I know, it's so nakakakaba talaga. I myself, ayokong magpabakuna at first kasi how come that we come up with the vaccine for that short period of time? Pero come to think of it, the vaccine is there. It's already offered to you. The government made it available for us. So what's the reason? What's the reason to turn it down? So when my boss said, "Oh, Charito, gather everyone who can have vaccine." And we just go, because if I don't, then I will just say, "Oh, you can have your vaccine now." And they will ask, why would you not want to? So when my boss told me vaccine is available, we just went and we just had our first dose on the 20th of December. And we just come back on the 10th of January. I had my 2 full dose. And I did not have any side effect at all.
Yes.
It's only sore arm. Masakit lang siya, parang mabigat, but after that, no more. May mga ibang tao, they have side effects like they have chills. Iba-iba naman po kasi ang acceptance ng health natin sa vaccine. But I really encourage everyone. The vaccine is there. Government have worked their best. They work hard to make it available for us. So if it's being offered to you, there are a lot of reason to say yes.
Say yes to getting vaccinated. You know what, Nurse Charito, the whole Philippines is really very proud of you. you have been awarded the British Empire Medal. Not everyone gets this recognition. What does it mean for you and your fellow Filipino nurses in the UK?
For myself, it is really humbling and honoring. As I've told you, it is for the work of Arbrook House, no, not only myself. If it's not for them, I would not be able to get this. But for the whole Filipino, it's raising up the flag of the Philippine community. It's raising up the standard of Filipino nurse, and it's raising what work does Filipino give. It is quite refreshing that despite the difficult times we have in pandemic, there is something to look forward to. There is something to celebrate. And I really thank UK for giving me this opportunity. Arbrook House, they've been very good to me. And to all the Filipino people who is celebrating with me, thank you po talaga.
And thank you so much for joining us tonight on The Final Word. We are truly honored by your presence. Nurse Charito Romano, staff nurse at the Arbrook House Care Home in Surrey, England.